Hey guys, we are back with another video. I brought back Cale. I know a lot of people have missed him, so he's back for this one. It's been a long time since we've made a candle making video, and Cale is the Quench candle maker. So I really thought that this is the type of video he would shine in.
I am ecstatic to be back.
So a big reason why I wanted to do a candle making video is because we are releasing a spring line soon, and I really wanted to make a candle for that spring line. And Morouge Canada just sent us a package with fragrance oils, I think. I'm not sure exactly what's in here, but I'm suspecting fragrance oils. And because their fragrances are awesome for candles, I thought we could pick one and then we can make a candle with it in this video. And we've also been playing around with a new piece of equipment that has really helped us scale up our business, so we will unveil that for you today. And it's really made our candle making process easier and also our soap making process easier. So stay tuned for that. But for now, let's get into the unboxing of what's in here. Oh. And we are right, fragrance oils. I think I'll just start pulling them out and we'll start sniffing.
Let's start with the small ones.
Yeah. So Morouge has sent us 2 of their 16 ounces and 6 of their 4-ounce bottles. So here's the difference between the 16 ounce and the 4 ounce. So let's start with the 4-ounce bottles. And this one is called Purple Harmony.
Kind of matches your nails.
It does. So with a name like that, I'm suspecting purple flowers.
Definitely floral.
That's what I love about springtime, all the floral scents that are coming out. So these are the notes of this fragrance oil. There's a top note of water lily, apple, grapefruit, a middle of iris, violet, and orchid, and a base of heliotrope, musk, and amber.
I can make out kind of the orchid. Kind of brings us back to the old water orchid we used to make.
It's a floral, but you definitely pick up the apple and grapefruit in there. Fragrance oil number 2. This is Escape fragrance oil.
Okay, guessing tropical?
Yeah, I think that's what I suspect as well. Like some sort of coconut scent to this.
Yep, coconut and citrus.
Yeah. Oh, I was not expecting that.
Okay.
I think you hit the citrus note in there because I also smell citrus. There is a top of neroli, pear, marigold, a middle of raspberry, lily, jasmine, and a base of patchouli, cedar, and musk.
Really?
Those are notes that I would not have thought to put together, but it works so good.
I can't specifically smell the patchouli or cedarwood though.
Yeah, they're kind of in the background. It really grounds the scent, and I think this is so far my favorite. It's a really great candidate for a candle, I think.
Yeah, I like it.
Very low in vanilla content too, so might be a good soap. Fragrance oil number 3, and this one is called Sweet Moon.
Ooh.
We're into moons.
I like moons. I like phases of the moons. I'm game for a good lunar eclipse.
This is also a really relaxing scent. I kind of get baby powder a little bit.
Fresh linen or something. Like
fresh sheets. So let's go take a look at the notes. A top of bergamot, violet, a middle of ylang ylang and carnation, and a base of vanilla, sandalwood, and musk.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at the notes, the biggest note that I pick up is violet. I don't smell as much vanilla or the sandalwood.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next. All right, this one is called, I'm laughing because, well, you'll see when I read it to you. This one is called Lime Leaf and Dill.
Oh, lime, like one of the best scents you can have, lime, but then dill.
We made something with dill a couple of years back and Cale hated it, so I think I've really soured your opinion of dill.
Oh.
So hopefully the scent isn't crazy.
Hopefully it's heavy on the lime.
One thing I'm noticing about these fragrance oils so far is that Morouge is pairing things I would never think to go together. For example, lime and dill.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm a little worried about whether or not you will.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
You don't really pick up the tanginess of dill. It's more of an herby back note, and the lime is the superstar.
Yeah.
So I would say dill is more like the backup singer.
I don't really mind the smell of dill. I'm just thinking about
the taste.
Herbs in the garden. Yeah, I don't mind the smell of it, but it's just the taste that spoils it for me.
So the notes on this one are top notes of fresh sliced lime, the middle note of dill and green figs, and a base note of fern, cedarwood, and musk. So are we still thinking Escape is our winner so far?
I think so. I think Escape and then Sweet Moon maybe second place.
I really like this. If it were up to me, this would be number 1. So the next fragrance oil is Bamboo Showers.
Okay.
Ooh. Ooh. So before I smell it, I predict this is going to be similar to lime and dill, where it's going to be very fresh and green.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, it's very soft, but masculine at the same time. I like that a lot too.
I think that's the
Rain.
most masculine one, yeah.
This could go in a men's shampoo or soap
Yeah,
and would sell really well.
I think so.
So there's a top of bamboo leaf, a middle of iris, orchid, and lily, and a base of wood and musk. So now we're going into fragrance oil number 6, and this is juicy pomegranate.
Ooh.
Oh, I wonder what this is gonna smell like. Oh, that smells so good.
That'd be good in a bath bomb.
Top notes of grapefruit and pomegranate, a middle of blueberry, violet, and peach, and a base of musk. I'm in love with the scent. This smells so good, and 0 vanilla content. So if you were to make a beautiful bright soap, it's not going to discolor that soap whatsoever. And we're actually missing a fruit soap in our line. I love it. I want to make a soap with this one because I do have a raspberry vanilla, but that's more vanilla.
More vanilla-y.
It's not like fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started our company with a Love Spell soap that sold really well. But then I switched fragrance oil suppliers for Love Spell, and what soaped really well with the Love Spell from another company, the other company, it turned into soap on a stick. So I removed it from my line and haven't made it since, but I could probably make that same soap with those same colors with this. It would do it great in a candle too.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it would do amazing in a spring candle. I don't think this is quite a spring candle. So.
Right.
So far, Escape is our winner for candles, and then we're gonna go into the bigger ones now. So for the 16 ounces, we have bergamot and clary sage. Top note of bergamot, a middle note of lavender and sage, and a base of sandalwood. And the notes are really simple, but it all comes together and it's so peaceful and harmonized is a good word for it. And the last scent is brandied pear. Oh man, that smells good.
Yeah.
I think I said this before, but it reminds me of Herbal Essence's shampoo. It's so fruity, but it's also light and pretty. So there's a top note of orange and pear, a middle of apple, and a base of jasmine and musk. And I'm very tempted to use brandied pear in your candle versus Escape. So out of these two, which is the winner, would you say? So we decided on Escape fragrance oil. We actually off camera, we're trying to think of what we would name it, but we'll come to that. We'll let you know our decision at the end of this video. But we're gonna take you down to the soap studio and make some candles with Escape.
Let's do it.
So here we are in our new studio, and before we begin, I want to introduce you guys to a new piece of equipment that we purchased recently from the sweet little Candle Co. And this is a Presto Pot. And I've resisted buying one of these for a long time, and when I finally did, I am so glad that we did, because this melts oils and butters like that. It's so fast, and it only does it do it really fast, but you can do a large amount of oils at the same time. So when I was trying to restock my website with my soaps, this came in so handy because I was able to soap in literally half the time that I usually do. So should I leave you to it?
Sounds good. I'll get going on melting down our wax.
All right.
So I'm just loading up the soy wax right here to put in the Presto pot. We'll fill it in, make sure that the spout is in the closed position, and put it in.
For those wondering, there's actually a handy spout here. You can see there's an O for open and S for shut, and it can tell you which direction to turn the knob in order to do whatever you like.
So this is all of our soy wax in here. What we're gonna do now is plug it in, melt it down, and we'll let you know how fast that takes. It's gonna be pretty quick. So now we are gonna be pouring the fragrance oil. So now, welcome to this side of the table. You're over here with me. We're giving you a close-up of the Presto pot here right now. Just a couple things. We have the Presto pot plugged directly into the wall there. No additional extension cords coming out of the wall at all. For the setting, we put it right between kind of warm and 200 there. The light will kind of switch from going on to going off. When it reaches that temperature, then it'll kind of come back on once it's a few degrees below that temperature. So now we are just cutting our wicks to size in the jar, and I just kind of measured one how long it will be in the jar, and then I just kind of make 9 more at that same length. And the wicks that we are using for our candles are hemp wicks. We get these from Village Craft and Candle. And once we have these all cut, we get our wicks unprimed, so we'll be priming them with wax and then tabbing them ourselves. So now that we have our wicks all cut, we are going to tab them. So we're just gonna slide them through this tab here. We like to use a longer neck on a tab, and then we're just gonna clamp these down, making sure that that wick is truly in there. All right, now that we have all of our wicks tabbed, we are going to prime them in a little bit of wax. Priming is just dipping these into the wax, pulling them out, letting them dry. They dry almost instantaneously. And I'll even do it twice just to get them a nice thick coat. So as you can see here, all of our wax is melted. It took about 18 minutes for everything to melt fully. And this is what we're gonna be dipping our wicks into. Put it in, just get a few extra drops of those to come off. And now that's pretty much dry. So now that we have our wicks tabbed and double primed, we are going to go about putting the sticky on the bottom now. And we have a big roll of these. I think there's like 1,000 on there, but this is a double-sided sticker, so we can just put that on there and then pull off this tab. This side is now sticky too. Take a jar and push it down really hard. Make sure that that's really stuck onto the bottom by pulling up a little bit. And the types of jars we are using today are actually Uline's 8-ounce jars, straight-sided glass. We are now almost at the pouring stage. We have our jars here in a box, and this box acts as an insulator here. So now we're gonna transfer half of our batch in the Presto pot behind me to our pouring vessel here. So we're going to be putting this on the scale and tearing it and making sure that we have the right amount in here before we add our fragrance oil. We have our batch here in the vessel. I'm gonna put in the fragrance oil. It smells so good. And we're gonna mix it up for 2 minutes. So here are our poured candles, and we'll just wait for them to solidify and we'll come back. And we're back. Here we are, we have our candles here. We experienced a little bit of tunneling on a couple of them, and then an easy remedy to fix these is to just take our heat gun that we use to heat seal our products. In a few seconds over here, we'll melt the top layer.
So here are Cale's candles all solidified, and it smells so good. We deliberated long and hard about the name. Off camera, we didn't film it, but we threw around so many different names and we settled on a perfect one, and we decided to call this spring candle Bunny Hugs. We wanted something with an Easter flair, but also wanted to encapsulate the warmth that you smell, but also a little bit of the fruit. And it's not chocolatey or vanilla smelling at all, but it still has all the fun things about Easter. We don't know what it's like to get a hug from a bunny, but we assume it's something like the smell in this candle. So here is the label for the Bunny Hugs. And we decided to go with a nice Easter pastel blue purple, which I think looks great with the name there. So we're going to clean up these jars. Cale's gonna trim them.
These wicks are trimmed at about 1/4 of an inch high is what we do.
So we'll go ahead and put labels on these guys and show you what the finished result looks like. That is it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed another candle making video with Cale and I. Thank you so much to Morouge Canada for sending us these fragrance oils. They are absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to make more products with the rest of them, but Bunny Hugs made with their Escape fragrance oil smells fantastic, and I really think this is going to sell well when we launch these candles along with the rest of our spring products in a couple of weeks. I think we're thinking a week from now.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll see. Follow us on Instagram to get the full details on that. And if you want to know our candle recipe along with all the materials that we used, I have that on my Patreon. And speaking of my Patreon, thank you to everyone who has chosen to support us on there. Your support means so much to us, especially these guys, my bubble BFFs. Your support is absolutely appreciated. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So that is it. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more, then please subscribe. And until the next video, keep smiling, keep being awesome, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.